Good morning, everybody. Will Delegate Assembly please come to order? And could we have our law enforcement lead us in the pledge?
To the flag of the United States
of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, everybody. While we're listening to our law enforcement and fire department, could you read your minutes? You're on, sir.
Good morning, everyone. Morning. That wasn't good. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Much better. All right. So, we got some reckless drivers out there. And we have a lot of people not locking your car doors. Invitation. It's like a birdhouse. You put feed there, what happens? The birds come, right? So you don't lock your doors, the bad guys are going to come. They're going to take the wallets, change anything. And I think we had this discussion the last time. Your cell phone chargers, please remove that stuff from the view of the public. Or get black paint and paint your windows, okay? So they can't see in. This is a big thing. This is something that's a little trendy right now, is some of the car burglaries. It's not smash and grab. It's, this guy forgot to lock his door. I left an opportunity open. We don't want to give them any opportunities because, well, I know a smash and grab is loud, right? Somebody would look, but nobody thinks twice about hearing a door open or close, correct? Same thing with your houses. Just make sure that your locks, your windows are locked. Everybody have the bar in their sliding glass window if you're on the bottom floors, things like that. These are little things that they invite people. All right, so we had 128 traffic stops just last month. Yeah, bad drivers, all right? I don't know if it was any of you, and if any of you got a ticket, they don't like me either, so I can't fix it. There was 56 citations. As I told you, the stop signs are one of the big pet peeves around here, and also the speeding. So there were the two of the consistent ones. We had a couple of crashes that the other party left the scene, okay? Now, here's the thing. I get it because sometimes we're backing out of a spot and you might hit somebody and not even realize it. If you get home and you see there's damage to your vehicle and you think, well, just let us know. Because it's not a bad thing. That's what we pay insurance for. Nobody's getting in trouble and tickets for leaving the scene if you don't realize. The one accident was pretty bad. Let's see. We got a bunch of verbal warnings. There were 26 accidents here yeah, that was a lot. So that's basically one a day, guys, ladies and gentlemen. So let's keep an eye out. Let's leave extra room. Here's a trick of the trade for law enforcement. You are to stop behind the vehicle, allowing yourself to see their rear tires touching the ground, right? So if you are that far behind the vehicle where you can see their rear tires, that gives you enough room to make a right or a left to get away from them or avoid any situation. If you pull up on them, you cannot turn to get away from any situation, right? So let's be cognizant of keeping the distance to where we can see their rear tires touching the ground. Okay. There's been 2 DUI arrests.
All right.
Let's Uber, guys. And that wasn't golf carts, all right? That was cars. So let's Uber. Let's think about that, because if we lose our licenses, we can't get to the doctors. Big thing. Unfortunately, in this community, we have a lot of doctor's appointments, all right? And I'm not talking psychiatric. It's other stuff. So they're house calls, the psychiatric ones. All right. People are still giving knuckleheads money. I'm going to start calling. I'm going to quit my job and start calling because it's very, very lucrative, it looks like. So these are things we got to be paying attention to. If it looks too good to be true, it's too good to be true. Very good. Let's pass that around, please, because people are doing it. It's still here. There were 4 cases last month, and it totaled, I'm sorry, I'm old. I got to use my glasses. It was $37,000 worth of fraud. Yeah, exactly. Woe is right. So if you're trying to buy things online and whatnot, and I'm not talking eBay or Amazon, but if it's got to do with cars and vehicle or other vehicles, bicycles, whatever the case may be, and it's a substantial amount of money, please ask for help. Ask your neighbor. Ask the association. Get an idea of, because somebody else is looking in from abroad. It's not, you're looking at this, you're getting excited because here's something cheap. Let me grab it before it goes away. Call somebody, okay? Because if it's too good to be true, it usually, thank you. Okay. Suspicious incidents, the thefts we talked about, that's the vehicle burglaries and whatnot. Other than that, everything's been pretty good. We had a swatting call. I'm sure all you guys saw like 9,000 police cars and jets and everything else flying over. Well, what a swatting call is some knucklehead calls 911 and says, hey, there's whatever, a hostage situation, there's a bomb threat, there's a this, there's a that. And it's not even somebody from the area. It's to get all the officers to get every bit of resources to an incident. Basically, it takes away from everybody else, right? And it's BS. We don't know who the swatting call comes from. They'll come from Google numbers and everything else. So just be cognizant of that. If you see a large number of police cars, assume it's something bad, okay? But I'm just letting you know that it wasn't anything bad. We had a lot of we call them 84 checks. So now you guys know our signal code. It's a signal 84. It means a contact looking for mom, dad, brother, sister. If you see they're calling you off the hook, send them a text. Leave me alone, I'm fine. Because what they do is they call law enforcement to come by your house and check on you. Because they're worried about you guys. They really are. And I know sometimes my family, I don't want to talk to my wife and kid. Trust me. And that's more often than not. But I will text them back. Leave me alone. You know, do something. Give them some kind of indication that you're okay. Other than that, does anybody have any questions? Not hard ones, because it's early. We're good? Rock on. Fire rescue.
All right, thank you.
Good morning. It's terrible following them every time. Happy May 1st, everybody. May showers are coming. It's gonna start raining a lot. What does May tell us? It tells us that June's right around the corner, and that's hurricane season. So Palm Beach County Fire Rescue, this last month of April, we go ahead and prepare and get ready for hurricane season 2 months ahead. So I'm here to talk to you a little bit boring stuff, hurricanes, okay? Let's make sure we're getting ready for them. I did on the way in see some people have shutters, some people have impact windows. Just because you tape up your window doesn't make it impact proof. I want to make sure everybody's aware of that because I do see that a lot. That just keeps it from shattering in a bunch of pieces. That's why some people do it, but I don't want to give you false hope thinking that just taping up your window is going to be enough. So I brought a checklist that you should kind of follow. In preparation, I left a couple copies there. Next meeting in June, I'll bring you a bunch of phone numbers to have. Okay, numbers to have. I'll bring up a couple copies. You bring. It's important numbers to have and important things to follow in case of a true emergency. But I do want to hit on some things. Right now, we have our FLUSAR task force team, basically our urban search and rescue team out in Orlando, simulating for a week, if a hurricane did hit, they're training, and they're in collapsed structures, they're in underground trenches. They're simulating if a hurricane did hit, not just Palm Beach County Fire Rescue, but a bunch of fire departments, urban search and rescue teams are out there training to get ready for this hurricane season. Because hurricanes, we can't really, we don't know really what to expect. But what you can do on your own is a couple things. Stock up on your medications, whatever medications they are. Make sure you get a refill. Make sure you have them at home. Batteries, flashlights. Please stay away from candles. I know a lot of people like to use candles. They're obviously a fire hazard. We forget to shut those off. We forget to move things around them. So they do become a fire hazard. Also, having cash with you right before the hurricane. I'm not telling you to go to the bank right now and get a bunch of cash, but just have some cash with you in case systems go down, technology goes down, you have some backups. Also, the phone numbers that I'm going to provide next meeting, I'll have the copies. Those are important numbers to have. Keep them in a safe place. And if you have small children or special needs.
If you need somebody to hold on to the cash, please let me know.
Also, a first aid kit, a simple first aid kit. 911 is always going to be responding. We do not respond if winds hit about 20 to 40 miles an hour consistently, right? There'll be gusts of those, but if it's consistently, we'll do a no situation. But we'll still be here for you guys. We'll still be responding. But just have a small first aid kit with bandages, bandages, antiseptics,
What's he doing?
and things like that. Food and water, 1 gallon of water per person per day. That's kind of what you want to store, and as well as non-perishables, canned foods. Also, you want a non-electric can opener. That's very important. It's happened to us a bunch of times. Make sure you get that. Also, your important documents, insurance cards, Social Security, passports. Keep them in a vacuum-sealed container or a wet, safe container. And also your vehicle. Keep it stocked up with fuel. One thing I do ask is if you do have a generator by any means, I don't think here you guys might, but don't turn it on inside of a structure. If you have a garage at home, don't put it inside your garage because carbon monoxide is a deadly gas. It's produced by these machines, and if you keep it inside, you wouldn't even know what's happening, and all of a sudden you'll pass out. And so please do not use any generators inside. I don't think I have to worry too much about Century Village too much having generators. Anybody here have a generator? Yeah. So if you do turn on that generator, make sure it's outside away from the structure. It produces a gas, carbon monoxide. It's a deadly gas, and you won't know what's happening. Nobody around you will know what's happening. Yeah. And pet care, if you do have pets. I know all of you have pets. I just got a puppy myself on Sunday. It's a baby in the house. It's terrible. But if you do have pets, make sure you stock up on their food, and we'll get through this hurricane together. Besides that, Station 24 on Westgate and Seminole, that's your second due fire station to Century Village, is getting a brand new station. We had a groundbreaking ceremony on Monday. A couple of the commissioners were there, so expect that to be coming in the near future. As well as we have 33 new recruits that started on Monday as well with Palm Beach County Fire Rescue, and they'll be out in the streets serving you all. So look forward to seeing you all next meeting, and that's all I have. Any questions?
I got a question for the fire department.
Okay.
I have fire extinguishers. Do you test them and you don't refill them either?
Correct. We do not do that. There's separate companies that do that. There should be extinguishers on the exterior of each of your buildings per code. Those do get tested annually. I'm sure the board knows that. But any personal extinguishers, even mine at home, I just buy them at Costco. And when they're done, I turn them in, and then I buy a new one. It's much, I mean, the ones that we carry at home are ABC extinguishers. They're much different from the ones that you see out that have to be recharged. They're basically disposable after a single use. So no, fire department does not fill them. We would refer you to a private company to fill them on and inspect them. But my recommendation is just buy the reusable ones. Once you see the gauge not in the green, it's time to buy a new one. They're like $25, $30.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Is that all?
Any other questions? Okay.
All right. Look forward to seeing you next month.
Okay. I'll entertain a motion to accept the minutes. Sandy and Levine and Joyce Reese. Are there any corrections to the minutes?
Sean's name is not Bruce.
Yes.
We'll fix it.
Tony, can we fix that?
I will.
It's not Bruce Timmerman?
Yeah, but it could be.
I don't think so.
All right.
If hearing no corrections other than a misspelling of the name, the minutes will be accepted as presented. We're going to go to our CAM report. Go ahead, Donald, you're up.
Oh, thank you. Good morning, everyone. Just an update on some projects. South Canal, not much to report different than last month. The dredging is complete. We're having a storm drain installed this week, followed by the final installation of sod. A new fence will start to go in on the week of May 12th. And I believe we're going to have guardrails installed in the Andover and Windsor sections. I have to bring that to the bids committee this month. North Canal, request for proposal for the refurbishment of the canal has gone out. The deadline for returning of proposals is on the 6th of this month. There was a site visits by 4 contractors this past week. And that'll be, once we have those proposals, they'll go to your bids committee on May 19th. Assuming that a vendor is selected, next step would be officers committee, and next step after that would be the executive board. And finally, a proposal will come to you for approval, hopefully next month. This will be a big one, upwards of $1 million. Next, Plymouth Laundry, that project is really coming to the end quickly. I just was there. The painting's done. They're putting down an epoxy floor right this minute, and I think it's going to be really nice. What I think you'll all like is there's plans to put in 3 high-capacity machines, 2 high-capacity washers, 1 high-capacity dryer. So if you have bedspreads, comforters, things like that, you can bring them there. Finally, starting this week, UCO is doing having their trees trimmed all around the main roads and on the roads that are maintained by UCO. Also, in the associations, many of you are having your tree trimming done. I would ask that each of you go to your building, look around, see if there are any trees or palms that are massive and need to be trimmed down or thinned, and especially if they're touching or getting close to the building. There's 2 reasons for that. One is we're worried about storm damage, but also when you have a tree or palm that's too close to your building, it's basically the bridge that the roof rats use to get into your attics. So we don't want that. So it's tree trimming time, just saying. And that's all I have for this month, unless you guys have anything for me. Thank you. Morning, Mr. Brenner.
The tree, is this on? Yeah. The trees that are along Elgin Street that are part of the recycling facility?
Yes, the Palm Beach County Water Facility, yes.
Okay, they're completely overgrown.
Yeah, those are crepe myrtles, and they'll be trimmed by the water department later this year. They do it every year. That tree, you can't, it'll just blow up on you.
I understand.
We have them at UCO as well.
All right, thank you.
All right? Thank you.
Thank you, Donald. Okay. The Coffee with the Presidents will continue throughout the summer. When Erica calls, if you're a new president or an old president or vice president, please try to attend. We usually invite between 12 and 15 people the second Friday of the month, and we're getting a lot of positive feedback. The third Friday of the month, I'm going to take the summer off. I need a few weeks off. So the last one will be in May, and then it'll probably restart in either September or October. That's the one that's open to everybody. If you would like to come, if you're an officer and you want to come to the Coffee with the President, call Erica and my admin, and she will add you to the list. We've made a change, motorcycle barcodes. We've had some instances where people are getting hurt riding motorcycles with the gates. So We will only be updating those barcodes. Once they stop working, we will not be issuing new barcodes. So if you have a motorcycle, June is going to be the last month. As of June 1st, no new motorcycle barcodes. The last item that I have is I have 4 openings on the executive board. Richard, thank you for reminding me. He reminds me once a week. We have a gentleman that we have interviewed and the officers have passed, Mr. Julius Silberger, I'm sorry if I misspelled your last name. Bigger. I apologize. He's sitting right here, and I'm going to ask for a vote because it's an elected position, and he understands that he gets appointed for a year, and then in March he has to run again. So I need a motion and a second to appoint.
So move.
Made by Bruce, and I need a second by Patricia Caputo. Are there any questions? Would you like to stand up and just wave to the people, like the Queen of England? There you go. Thank you. His background is in banking.
Don't ask him, because he'll tell you.
We have been scrutinizing him for a week. So, any other questions? David, could you do a vote, please?
Thank you, Fausto. Okay, Susan, Debbie, Olga, and Evie, all ready to count for me? If you are in favor of Mr. Silberger being a member of the executive board, please hold your blue flag up and keep them up until everybody has a chance to get them counted.
What is Wes Lerman and his wife both have? They live in separate units?
I guess so. He's got a unit in Stratford. Yeah, he owns 2 units because he's president in Stratford.
Olga, are you ready? 25. Susan, are you ready? 29. Eve? 35. Debbie?
23.
22.
Those that are opposed, please raise your yellow or blue tickets and we will count those. Anyone opposed, please yell, put up your blue ticket.
There's one all the way in the back.
I have a question, may I?
Sure.
Okay, you said there was 4 openings.
No. We're counting here yet. Sorry.
We got to finish counting first.
Okay.
Any opposed, Susan? Debbie?
No.
Olga? Eve? Are there any abstain? Please raise your blue ticket.
3. Okay. Well, we got 102 yeses.
Susan? Debbie?
No.
Olga? Eve? Thank you. Motion carries. Welcome, Julius.
Welcome, Julius. Now you have a question in the back.
And thank you, counters.
Yes, I think you said that there were 4 openings, but why do we have only 1 person?
Because we're screening candidates.
Okay, so
They,
if someone
people
would-
did not run in March, so I have 4 positions open. The board should have 20. I currently have 16. Now I have 17.
Well, if somebody was.
These are
become-
appointments. I can appoint up to 4 people. That's
So if
why they're
someone-
appointed for a term of 1 year.
All right. So if someone was interested, it's too late?
Well, you're welcome. You can come in the office.
I'm not talking about me.
Anybody that would like to be considered to go on the executive board can come in the office and talk to me, and we'll be happy to entertain and talk to you.
Okay.
Go ahead, Richard.
Richard,
We have 126. I apologize. We have a quorum, yes.
good, you answered my question.
I was ecstatic that we had 125 delegates. 126, I'm sorry. Okay. We're going to go to officers' reports. We're going to start with Jerry.
Good morning, everybody. Couple of things I'd like to go through with you. Got a couple of calls about leaks in apartments and who has to do what. I'm not an attorney. We're not an attorney. I would say, please consult with your insurance, consult with your property manager, and if necessary, consult with your attorney. I can't tell who's responsible. I'm not going to say who's responsible for what because I'm not going to misinterpret anything. So if you have a leak in your apartment from a person upstairs, you immediately call your insurance company and your property manager and work out with them the steps to be taken as to who repairs the leak and who is responsible for what. I would also, while I'm on that, there are remind associations that the board needs to get a scope of work proposal before any kind of renovation goes on in an apartment. The board has the right to stop that or to allow it. So please, if you see work going on in the apartment and it hasn't been cleared with your board, the board has the right to go in, see what's going on, ask for permits, ask for licenses, ask for insurance, but you have that responsibility to let it proceed or to stop it. Okay. If you read my article, if you're going to read, or if you haven't read my article this month in the UCO Reporter, I wrote about AI. It's very, very scary, folks. I was able to make an image of myself, a talking image of myself in less than 5 minutes. If you're computer savvy, it's very, very simple to just make something of yourself, put it out there, and it's not you. And the example that I gave in there is that there was somebody who lost a lot of money, and all of a sudden they got a call from somebody from the United States, whatever, and we could talk face to face. Get on your computer and you could see me, see all about me. Yeah, and it was an AI image. So you have worked so hard to keep your hard-earned money. Be very, very careful about these scams. The famous grandchild that calls that he's in jail or she's in jail and needs money. Make a safe word that only you and the grandchild know. So if you get a phone call like that, you say, Patricia, what's the safe word? If they can't answer the safe word, you know it's a scam. Again, I know I'm a broken record, but I strongly urge you, if you haven't done so, get a website together. It has saved me a lot of time and a lot of money. I get questions about rentals, pets in my building, rules and regulations. I need a copy of the declaration. All I do now is I retell them, this is the website to go to. This is where you could find almost everything that you ask, including Palm Beach County property, Palm Beach County tax, breeze line, et cetera, et cetera. It's such a help to a board just to refer. And if anybody needs to know about the website, want somebody to put a website together, you could see me privately after this meeting, and I'll tell you who to contact, because the website that we have is just great. If you're leaving for the season, make sure your next door neighbor or somebody checks on your apartment, has keys, maybe even car keys. One of the things that one of my owners told me yesterday, which is a very good idea, if you have a water heater, get one of these little water heater alarms that you could get in Home Depot or in Lowe's. It'll save a lot of aggravation. It'll alert you, God forbid, if there is a leak taking place in your, by your water heater. And one final thing, people come in, the board members are not here. I need to renew this, or I need to renew that. One, your property manager is the one to go to help you with that. Two, if you need a corporation seal, you could always ask a board member to have one. If they took it 100 miles away, which they're not supposed to, go on to there are many sites. I'm just thinking of the best one to go to, Amazon. Amazon will more than happy to do you that. Make a seal, you get it within 3 or 4 days, or maybe even sooner, and you have it. I am done. Everybody have a wonderful summer. Stay safe. Be prepared for hurricane season, like the gentleman said before. And like I said, everybody be safe and have a great summer.
Thank you, Jerry. John, you're next.
Good morning, everybody. I want to thank everybody for coming out today. I especially want to thank all the volunteers at UCO, investigations, the front desk, and the barcode desk. On the agenda today, we have equipment upgrades at the barcode desk. We recently went in and replaced the computers and the printers. The old system was old, so we upgraded it, we did our research, and we implemented it this week to make the process smoother and faster for everybody that comes to the barcode desk. It was long overdue, and we got it accomplished, and I want to thank the people that helped me work out the glitches on it. They know who they are, and that's that part. And I also want to thank the community coming together. We've seen a big change at the UCO office with the people that are coming in, especially to the barcode desk. The verbal abuse that we used to take compared to now has gotten a lot less, and we're still getting those people that come in and don't have a clue. Well, I just moved in, and nobody told me where to go, what to do, and when to do it. And, they told me to come here, but they told me to go there. And I'm a firm believer, you get a new owner or tenant, do a little bit of a meet and greet, give them a certificate of occupancy first, welcome to the building, and just kind of give them some background. You got to go here for your ID, you got to go to UCO for the barcode, this is what you do, these are the laundry rooms. It just takes 10 minutes out of your time, but it makes that new owner and tenant very, very happy. They're coming to me at the desk and they're asking, well, what do I do next? Where do I go? Who's my board members? That stuff should be posted on your bulletin boards. Somebody gets locked out, who do they go to? That should be on the bulletin board. New owner, where's the budget? Should be on the bulletin board. So these are the things that I myself have implemented in my association. And it's just a communication board. Everything is there for people to see and read, and they know what to do, when to do, and how to do it. We're encouraging people to security meetings this afternoon. We're looking for new people to be on the security committee, so if you're interested, stop by the office today and sit in on the meeting. We're encouraging people to participate more. And
1 o'clock.
that's 1 p.m. at the UCO office. Volunteers, we're still looking for more volunteers. I still need several people at the barcode desk, so anybody wants to come in and fill out an application. It's only 2.5 hours per day. You can pick your own schedule. It takes about 3 days of training with the system, and it's really easy. So if you want to volunteer, just come see me at the office. I have applications. We can do a quick interview and get you started. And when people come into the office, I just want to piggyback on what Jerry was saying. Board members come in, they need a COA, Certificate of Occupancy. You should bring in last year's certificate and the first page of the lease. The first page of the lease has dates. So the person at the investigation knows what the dates are. And last year's just to back up the lease, that they've been here already. It's very, because people are coming in and they don't even have a paper, they don't know what to do or when to do it. So it's, again, We have realtors coming in, we have, people, no board members here. It's getting to be real difficult sometimes. And that's pretty much all I have to say. So again, I want to thank everybody coming out today, and I want to thank all the volunteers in Century Village. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Stuart, you're up.
I'm usually last, but so I don't know what to observe about this. In any event, a couple of days ago, I was standing on the West Drive, and here comes a guy with an automobile. The whole front of the car was smashed in. The hood was lifted up. Everything was just dangling in the front, and he was driving casually down the road. If you know the person who owns this car, please tell him to get it off the road, because pieces could fall off and damage could be done to other cars who are unsuspecting, and there it is, metal laying on the road. Florida just announced all the names of the hurricanes that they anticipate maybe coming to Florida. Let's hope that we can escape this season like we did the last few. And lastly, Jerry was talking about AI, and I had my first incident with it. I typed in something on Google that I wanted to get some background information on, and all of a sudden on the screen came up a notice saying, this information has been generated by AI. And it was interesting because everything I wanted to get from what I was typing in was in a format, just right down the whole page, and I virtually could copy the whole thing because that's what I needed to get. So AI has a very positive usage, but be careful because of what Jerry had said, that it could be very dangerous, especially when you're duplicating people's faces and voices and so on. And that's it.
Thank you. Bruce, you're next.
Thank you very much, Fausto. Mentioning AI, a notice came out last week, some of you probably saw it, that the heading on it was a Florida state official seal, and it was a scam. So don't be fooled by that, especially if they're asking for money. I want to hitchhike on a couple of comments that have already been made. One having to do with new owners becoming aware of what needs to be done. We have a stash of welcome packets at the UCO office, and every UCO president, association president, ought to have a couple of those to give to new owners to help them to navigate their new experience at Century Village. Barcodes, I want to hitchhike on that. Just over a month ago, I joined the ranks of those who come to the Okeechobee Gate and cannot gain entrance. I had gotten a new registration, and the result was that all of a sudden my information was outdated and the gate wouldn't open. I suggest and I remind you, every time you get a new registration, whether it be just the sticker and the notice, bring it into the UCO office so that they can make the updates. And that is free, just to let you know. If you do need a new barcode, and some of you that are in the lower thousands range will probably need that, it will be $10, but normally updates are free. I am not a fan of the Hurricanes, especially the football team. But anyway, my article under my ugly face will be on hurricanes. I am attempting to gather enough information. The information you received this morning will be duplicated. Some of it will. But some of you are aware of preparations and precautions that need to be made because you are longtime Florida and or Century Village residents. I invite you to send me your recommendations. Call the UCO office. I am extension 103, and give me any suggestions that you have so that I can include them in what I hope will be a helpful column. You know, by the way, the traffic stops, have you ever noticed that there is not a police car at an intersection when someone doesn't know what to do to let you go? It's unsettling. They can't be everywhere all the time. But please note, when you come to a four-way stop sign, if you are in a tie with someone to the right, you let them go. If you are anywhere at all, the last one at the intersection, make sure that you give way to those who are already there. Of all the things that I see, it's that four-way stop sign that people don't seem to be aware of, or at least willing to cooperate. So let's give the law enforcement people less to do and provide the courtesy. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bruce. David Boaz.
I'll be very short. I know we have a lot of guests and people much more important here than I am. But for our recording secretary, the count on the motion was 112 in favor, 1 opposed, 3 abstained. The only other thing I will mention about is if you are attending the volunteer luncheon, you already had to be signed up, but just a reminder to those of you who are going to be there, not to get there before 11:30. 11:30 will be the check-in time. And that's all that I have, Fausto.
Okay, thank you. Tony, our recording secretary.
Hi, everyone. I know everybody's talking about hurricane season, but I also want to remind you that traditionally here in Florida, the end of May starts the beginning of summer, and all the little kids will be out of school. And it also is time for grandparents to get involved, and they might be visiting you, or you might be going to visit them, and they love Grandma and Grandpa to be in the pool with them. So I'm just giving you a friendly reminder to make sure that if you have little ones and they're learning to swim and they want you to watch them, make sure that you are watching them and that you are in close distance, close proximity, because as the summer progresses, you will start hearing on the news about backyard drownings, about people there and nobody's paying attention to the little ones. So this is just a little reminder to do that. So
Thank you. Yes. All right, next we're going to hear from our treasurer, Mary Jane.
Good morning, everyone. The big news in finance this week this month, was that on April 14th, we received the audit that had been performed by Gladstone Strom and Company for the year January 1st to December 31st, 2025. Because I was not involved at that time, I spent the next few days reviewing both our December 31st, 2025 bank statements, as well as the 2025 budget, in order to make myself familiar with some of the tools and information that the auditors had worked with. On April 22nd, the Finance Committee reviewed the audit, not just numbers, which of course are important, but comments as well, and voted unanimously to accept the audit as presented. Copies of the audit are available in the UCO office. If you decide to pick up a copy, I urge you to read the entire 15 pages, including all of the notes at the end of the report. The notes at the end reviewed the practices of UCO, and they reviewed us very favorably. After reviewing the audit, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to either visit me in the UCO office or call me on 106. If I don't know the answer to your question, I promise I will find the answer. Otherwise, have a good day and a good month of May.
Thank you. Is there a question in the back?
Yes.
Go ahead.
At this time of year, could you please just clarify whether one board member signature is accepted in the UCO office for occupancy extension?
As of May 1st, WPRF will accept one signature of a board member to get a certificate of occupancy, yes, to get an ID, as of May 1st.
Okay, but what about UCO, when a board member goes in there with an occupancy extension
We still need to,
form,
right?
and you guys create this COA for us?
Hi, Joyce. I'm not
Hi.
sure I understand your question. The answer to the first part of your question is, EVA decides policy on whether to accept a COA and issue an ID card. From May 1st to November 1st, she will accept one signature.
Okay.
Tell me the second half of your question.
Okay. The occupancy extension form
Correct.
that a board member brings to UCO in
Uh-huh.
order for you guys to generate the COA for us, on that form, it requires two board members.
Yes, and we will continue to require two signatures, but one of those signatures can be your manager, who's always here.
So we can bring it to UCO?
No. And there's a reason for that, Joyce. We want to make sure that at least one other person on the board is aware of the occupancy. It's to make sure everybody on the board knows what's going on, there's no surprises.
Okay, so.
And we've had some, so,
Got it.
all right?
No,
But
that makes
like I
sense.
said, if you're the only one in town,
Yeah.
you can always grab your manager, which I think in your case is Shauna, and Shauna's signature is acceptable.
Okay,
All right?
all right. So it's important to get clarification.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Hi.
We have another question in the back.
Yes, my name is Celestine.
Talk into the microphone, please, so everybody could hear you.
I'm not the smallest person, but I
Well, just turn it down, twist it down.
Down.
Pull it towards you, down.
Okay. I do try. I'm not
Thank
the
you.
smallest person, but the kids that comes here with their parents during the summer, I think we need a playground for them to play in. And again, that crosswalk, I have seen kids cross the street without their parents over there next to the laundromat area. And I get so nervous that the kids is going to get hit by the cars that flies around that curb area. I'm not perfect. I almost hit a kid one time myself because I don't have a backup camera. And then my window and the back need to be fixed. So I put duct tape to try to stop the water coming in on the outside. I need some help. Thank you, you guys. You guys do a good job here. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Well, thank you. That's very nice to hear, ma'am. On the issue of the kids crossing at the crosswalk, I know exactly the spot you're talking about in the curve of the road. It's really on all of us to drive slowly and carefully, and for the parents to keep an eye on their kids. They're on the scooters usually, and a child did get hurt a couple years ago, so we are aware of it. All right?
I just want to take a moment, Fausto. Could you share the latest information from what you learned the other week about criminal intent and so on?
All right, for those of us that took the new 4-hour class or the updated, the hour, if you're a board member and a DBPR complaint is made in the past, before last, couple of months ago, if a complaint was made that involved a criminal activity, the DBPR department had the ability to just basically slap you on the hand and say, forget about it. If the new law requires that DBPR, if it is a criminal action, whether you stole money or you did something that you weren't supposed to, that evolves to illegal, they now must turn you over to the sheriff's department or to the legal department. to be prosecuted. Now, it could be a very small penalty, but they must do something about it. They just can't sit on their hands and do nothing. So the days of not doing your job and getting slapped on the hand are over. If you do your due diligence, you have nothing to worry about. If you want to wash your hands like Pontius Pilate, you're going to be in trouble. That's all I could tell you. Okay, next we're going to go to our UCO reporter, Miss Ruth.
Good morning, everybody. My report will be short. You've sat through a lot of information this morning, so all I can tell you is that the UCO reporter is in excellent shape. Your packet will show that at the end of March, you're ahead $3,996. In April, we picked up another $2,292, so the total through April is $7,388. Way to go, reporter. That's all I have to report. That's all I can tell you about that. Happy Mother's Day to all who are mothers and grandmothers. See you next month.
Thank you, Miss Ruth. Do we have any unfinished business? Do we have any unfinished business? Do we have any new business? Okay. Well,
There's something coming down.
yeah. Okay. New business?
Yeah, I just have a suggestion. Mary Ann, Somerset G. I know a lot of buildings have American flags. Everybody has them. It's wonderful to see. The problem is a lot of buildings don't know how to dispose of them when they're ripped or whatever happens. I have a suggestion. Can we put a tote or a bin somewhere, maybe in the clubhouse? And I'm sure there's veterans here that would check that bin and dispose of them properly.
Hi, Marianne.
Hi.
If you do have flags that need to go, drop them off at my office. From time to time, I bring them over to the drop center at the Elks Club.
Oh, okay, good to know.
Or you could just drive over to the Elks, go through the U-shaped driveway, and there's like a mailbox there.
Oh, is it?
And,
Okay.
and they take care of it for you.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people always ask, like, what are you doing with your flags when they're torn or whatever? Good to know. All right, thank you.
Yes.
Hey.
State your name and what building?
Terry, Dorchester G. April 3rd was Good Friday. There was no security here, so I could not ask the question I'm going to ask now. On Wednesday, April 1st, while watching TV, a little bit after 10 p.m., I live across the field from Dorchester F. I heard thump, thump, thump. It was two guys with furniture and boxes on a hand truck, and three ladies carrying boxes. I called security after this went on until after 11. I called security, told them why I was calling. Can you please send a car? Sure, no problem. 25 minutes went by. I saw no security, nobody, no nothing. I called security back. Oh, well, we don't take care of that. I said, what do you mean you don't take care of that? We don't get involved with that. That's for your building, for like the association. And I said, well, can I talk to your supervisor? No, well, I spoke with her and that's what she told me. I said, okay, can I have your name? No, I can't give you my name. I said, you can't give me your name? Can I have your badge number? No, I can't do that. We're not allowed. Then I guess that nixes your supervisor's name. And he said, I can't give you that information. So, over time, when I personally was having a problem with a neighbor who I don't get along with, She called Platinum Security 2-3 times on me because my TV was too loud, which, yeah, it was. Platinum Security came out and knocked on my door at an ungodly hour because I'm a couch potato. I dealt with it. Platinum Security came out
All
for
right.
that.
So, ma'am, before you finish.
I'm done.
let's-
I'm done.
Okay, but I
just
want
wanna
to
know what's-
respond.
What's the deal?
First, I want to apologize for your experience on Good Friday. Rest assured that I'll be investigating that personally. What you were told was actually correct. Moving in and moving out hours and such are an association responsibility, and the security company doesn't enforce that. But they should have responded to you personally and not told you on the phone that that's not our thing to do. So
Yeah,
that
I gave my name
that will,
and-
I'm going to take your name and I'm going to be following up on this. There should be an incident report, and if there's not one that I could find, I will want to know the reason why.
But then why, may I ask, when I was getting reamed a new one for a loud TV,
I'm not going to go into that because that's an old occurrence with a previous vendor, so it's not something that I can act
but
on.
it was still noise.
I could act upon.
Okay.
Okay, so noise is something that security can take care of because it involves a county ordinance, right? So
Well,
the
this
two-
went on until after midnight.
I understand.
Okay.
But I'm not going to deal with that now because that's an old deal. But I'm going to see you after the meeting, get some more information from you.
Sure.
And I promise you I will follow up because the not willing to give name or badge number is actually a violation of state statute. And I have a problem with them not getting in the car and going over and talking to you personally. So I'll be on this.
Simple
I'll be on this
courtesy.
today, and we'll speak after the meeting. All right?
All right, that'd be great.
You're welcome. Bye bye.
Somebody back there for another.
We have a question all the way in the back.
It's Jerry Feinstein.
I'm sorry, sir, hold
Oh,
on.
I'm
There's somebody
sorry.
back there. Go ahead.
Hi.
Go ahead.
Joyce Singerman.
On the microphone, please.
Who do we report bulk pickups that have been missed?
Talking to the microphone, because we can't hear a word you're saying down here.
Who do we report missed bulk pickups? Do we send those?
UCOMaintenance@gmail.com.
It's the same as the busted.
If it's anything busted, anything that not picked up, UCOMaintenance@gmail.com.
Okay, because I did make a report last
And
week.
Joyce, you're talking about the box spring that was left out
Yeah.
at your building. I did receive a report. I responded to it, and it did get taken away the following day. It's gone now, right?
No, it
Oh.
hasn't. No.
So I
It's
checked.
been there now for 2 weeks.
All right, so I'm going to need you to take a picture of it and show me exactly where it is because I checked your section twice last week and was unable to find that mattress. So it might not be in a place where we would look for it. Just take a picture and send it, and I'll follow up on it myself.
Okay.
All right?
I did send a picture when I made the
Yep, just send me again so I don't forget. All right? Thank you.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's Jerry Somerset G. And the question I have is about the gym. I was down there maybe less than a week ago, and one of the piece of equipment, the leg press, was one example, was out. And
WPRF, you
when
have
is
to
it gonna
talk
be-
to Eva, sir.
Well, and they don't know when. So, and that happened on other things too.
Okay,
So there's no mechanism for taking
WPRF
care of
is
that?
in charge of the gym. They're the ones you have to talk to.
Well, I did. They didn't seem to know what was going on, the manager.
Who did you talk to? Did you talk to
There
somebody
was
at the clubhouse,
there was
or
a
did you
guy-
talk?
No, it was a guy in the office of the gym.
You need to contact Eva Richesky, who's the vice
Gotcha.
president that oversees, and let her know that you made a complaint that some of the equipment is not working. When is it going to be taken care of?
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Any other new business? Another one. Go ahead.
Hi, good morning. Sherry, Sheffield Q. Just an observation that I saw on Sunday coming in through the Okeechobee Gate. St. Moritz car with a security guard in it was just riding through, but she was looking at her phone like this. So think that probably needs to get addressed with them, that they should not be looking at their phone like this.
If you can give us a time and a date,
It was morning, it was just this.
so we didn't, you got, either emailed Donald or emailed me
All right.
with the time and the date and which gate, and we'll look into it.
All right,
Because we do have cameras there, we can see what's going on.
okay, thanks.
Yeah. Anything else? Okay. Niels?
Morning, everybody. Here, Greg couldn't make it, so I'm here. Wanted to update you. I don't know if it's on your radar. Do you remember that 4-acre property just north of Century Village on Haverhill? It's Horseshoe Circle South.
Yes.
A couple of years ago, they wanted to put a drug rehab center there, and we killed that. So there's a new application for that. They want to build not a drug rehab, it's 41 townhomes.
It's even better.
And what I wonder, it's a question for Fausto and Donald, is that on your radar or no?
Yes.
Okay, because I wanted to see if it's of interest, I could ask the developer to come in and give a presentation to you
It's
all.
Victoria Village, right?
Victoria Gardens, yes, sir.
I believe our attorney has already been talking to the developer because they need an
Drainage
easement
easements?
from us. Yeah.
Gotcha, okay.
So we're working on it.
Okay, if at any point you all want a presentation for either UCO or for the larger audience or something, I can work on that, so let's talk about it.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
And happy Mother's Day for all who celebrate. That's all I got.
Thank you.
Niels, I have a question. Over here, Niels. Up here. Okay. They were working on traffic lights yesterday on Haverhill coming out of the village. Do you know anything about it and what they're doing exactly?
I need to find out. I mean, I get so many, requests from you all to make it, to tweak the timing. I just pass them along. I can follow up and I'll send you an email, Jerry.
Okay, thanks.
It's time to go now.
We can't hear you, so if you want to go up and just tell everybody.
Cold.
They're removing the existing traffic lights and putting in new traffic lights on a more secure bar.
Okay. We have someone here from Ann Gannon's office. Would you like to come up and say a few words?
Tax collector.
No more new taxes.
Good morning. I'm Amy Ebersbach from Constitutional Tax Collector Ann Gannon's office. Happy May. Yay.
Thank you.
You have 30 more shopping days till my birthday. Just to let you know. Also, what I will have to be doing in May, along with everyone else who has a May birthday, is renewing my vehicle registration. Just a reminder, you have options. You can do it online. You can do it in our office if you have a reservation. If you have that paperwork, you can just fill that out and leave it in one of our drop boxes, and we'll get that mailed to you. And the fastest option for you is to visit one of our kiosks, and one of those registration kiosks right at the front of Publix. There's one in the Village Publix that I have used myself. Even though I work in the office and could hand the paperwork to someone, I still like to use the kiosks. So those are all options for you. And I'll be doing one of the above in the next 30 days because it expires at midnight on my birthday, just in case you forgot. And also I want to thank everyone who stopped by the booth at the Condo HOA Expo and said hello. It was great meeting you. Have a fabulous weekend, everyone.
Thank you. Are we going to get some of the little pamphlets for hurricane awareness? Can you drop them off at the office? Thank you for us. We appreciate it. Next, we're going to have someone from Mike Caruso's office, Elder Sanchez.
All right. Good morning, everybody. My name is Elder from the Palm Beach County Clerk's Office. A couple announcements from our office. First things first, we're starting office hours. So we're going to go through the Palm Beach County Library system. We have one in Riviera for next Friday where we go. We are entertaining any questions. Also, Mike Caruso will be attending to some of those. So make sure you check your socials to see when the next one is going to be nearby. We've been getting a lot of reports for passports, with voting requirements being up in the air, not being sure whether you need to get a passport or not. It's always nice to apply for a passport just in case. So we do it in Belgrade, Palm Beach Gardens, and Del Rey. Also, with passports, we're doing a Go West campaign, so you don't have to go to downtown West Palm Beach, fight all the traffic, and pay for parking. We have the office in Royal Palm that does most of the services, recording, filing, obtaining legal paperwork, and Belgrade would be where you can also get passports as well. We've been here before with PFA, Property Fraud Alert. If you have not signed up yet, I highly encourage it. It is a great service to prevent any sort of property being stolen from you and getting updates in case someone tries to attempt to file a fraudulent deed. And lastly, we have our popular annual financial report, or PAFR, also known as our checks and balances. If you're interested in how the county spends your taxes, it is a great guide to that. We have that available online through our website. And once we get the booklets ready, I'll be more than glad to come here and share that with everybody. But that's it for our office. Thank you.
I was going to do that. It's my next thing. Thank you. On a new note, BreezeLine, for those of you that did not see, BreezeLine is out in our lobby, and they're here. If you have ongoing issues, go speak to the two people that are there, and they're getting ready to roll out the next updated service that they have, which is a wireless service. So we're not sure when they're going to start the installation, but it has been approved by the committee, and it's at no extra cost. It's a service where all the interior wiring that you used to have to do before will be eliminated. It's all done through the air. So for those of you that do not have an internet service, they have a program for that also. So make yourself available. They'll be here the first Friday of every month. They're going to be doing some educational classes. There's going to be literature made available, and whatever we have will be put up on our website and on our TV stations as they start rolling this new program out. But if you have any questions, go out there, speak to Ira and the other lady that's there, and they will be happy to fill you in. Derek, would you like to come up and say a few words?
But I will. Good morning. I treat everyone like you're my family. How you treat me, that's up to you, but the sun is going to rise tomorrow, and I'm going to treat you like you're my family. I say that because I received a constituent inquiry from someone from Century Village, and it was interesting because they reached out to me 2 weeks ago. They expected a response from their federal government, which has reduced federal staff in 2 weeks for an issue that they have had for 2 years. My point in all this is I love and I will take any hill for anybody. You do not have to be a veteran. You don't have to be a Republican. You don't have to be a Democrat. You have to be a constituent of this district. I fight like the congressman for you every single day. Now, if you're going to write me an email and say, do your job, and why do I have to wait? Well, you have to wait because the government has to look into the issue. So the issue is going to take 30 or 120 days for a resolution, to include if you have an attorney, we cannot help you because you have an attorney. And to include, I'm a frugal person. I like to save money. I don't like people wasting money. By you hiring an attorney, you're wasting money. That's why you have a congressional member. So if you hire an attorney, here's what that person's going to do. And I'm yelling at you because I'm a passionate guy, so I'm not really yelling at you. I'm yelling at myself.
It's your Italian side that's coming out.
Thank you very much. That's where I was heading. See my hands going. My point is this. If you have an attorney, you can reach out to your congressional member's office, any congressional member if you're in that district. The congressional member's office is going to tell you, we cannot work with you. We can't work with you because you have an attorney. It makes no sense for you to have an attorney when you have a congressional member. You are just wasting your money because here's what's going to happen. The attorney is going to call me. He's going to call me and ask for a form that you need to fill out for our office. He's going to send it to you. You're going to think it's from your attorney. You're going to fill it out for our office. We're going to send it to the agency. He's going to get a cut of your money, which is $5, $10, $15, $20, $30,000. And if you want to blow that money, you can write me a check. No, actually, don't write me a check. I don't want your money. I don't need your money. That's why I'm in public service. My point is, if you're going to work with your congressman's office or any congressional or any state and local office, you have to give us time to do our due diligence, and at times that takes 30 to 120 days. If you have an attorney, we cannot help you. So that's all I have to say. I will continue to fight for you every single day, as I have. Thank you, God bless you, and happy Mother's Day.
Thank you, Derek. Derek, before you leave today, Donald and I must speak to you.
Sure, okay.
Okay, it'll be a short.
Thank you.
2 to 3 hours, we should be able to get it done. Okay, we now have a candidate for U.S. Senate, Angie Nixon. You have 3 minutes to address us.
For sure. Hi, everyone. I am Florida State Representative Angie Nixon, and I am honored to be with you all today. And one of the reasons that I decided to run for United States Senate was based on the response that was just given right now. I believe that we should not have to be dealing with cuts to services in Washington, D.C. right now. And so I have had the honor and privilege to serve you all for the past 6 years as a state lawmaker. And what we're seeing in Tallahassee and what we're seeing in Washington right now is an overall failure. Right? People aren't doing their job. There's a ton of corruption and the grift is real. A lot of the reasons that folks aren't doing their jobs is because they are bought and paid for by the same people who are padding their campaign coffers. I am someone who has been on the front lines here in the state of Florida for the past 20 years, advocating for seniors, advocating for veterans, advocating for hardworking everyday people. And I plan to take that same advocacy to Washington, D.C. I want to let you all know that there's something that's going to be coming down the pipelines that is going to negatively impact you all next year. One of the things that I was pushing back against this past legislative session, you all are they're making it harder for you to vote, right? They passed their version of the Florida SAVE Act, and you all will not be able to use the community IDs that were just mentioned earlier because they don't want seniors to vote. And the reason they don't want seniors to vote really is because they know that there has been an all-out attack on things like Medicare, right? They know that you all are struggling more than usual. Look, I've been traveling across the state of Florida for nearly 7 months now, having conversations with people and looking at everywhere I go, including stopping at restaurants, I see seniors, 70, 80, 90-year-old seniors working, not because they want to, but because they have to. Even though they've worked their entire lives, they aren't getting the just due rest that they so desperately deserve. That is a failure of our government. We need to start sending unapologetic people to Washington, D.C. who care about people and who care more about people than corporations and the greedy billionaires. And I ask for your support. I have flyers. I'm welcome to talk to you. I'm open to talk to you all after this meeting, but I look forward to you learning a little bit more about me. AngieNixon.com. Thank you all for having me.
Do we have any other politicians that would like to address, or anybody else that would like to address? Oh, we have somebody all the way in the back.
Walk up to the mic.
Come on up. That's all right. You're up here first.
Good morning. My name is Bobby Williams. I am running for State House District 94. That encompasses Century Village, parts of West Palm Beach Gardens, going all the way back to Loxahatchee, all the way back to Belglade, South Bay, Westlake, Pahokee, and a little part of Royal Palm Beach, not the full corporation of it. So one of the reasons why I'm running is because last year, before my grandmother passed away at the age of 86, she and I had some tough conversations about the fact that she believed that she could not afford to stay in her house that she stayed in since she was a little girl. We talked about these things, and she's like, Bobby, even Medicare and Medicaid, these things are not helping us. She's like, these are not helping me. She's like, her insurance, her medication was too much for her to get at the pharmacy. And she's like, Bobby, we need people in office who can do this. At the time, I was running for Port of Commissioner, and after talking with my grandmother, I realized, I'm like, okay, I have to step back now and look at the brighter picture, the bigger picture. Because now in office, we have a president who blatantly does not respect women, blatantly does not respect people at all, period, as we go through it. And I have two little girls who look at me and say, what can we do? What are you doing to make this better for us? So I stepped back and I decided to resign from the Port Commissioner's race, and I ran in the District of 94 because I believe that my opponent, Meg Weinberger, is not doing the job to help us. Her idea of putting America first means naming an airport after Donald Trump, naming a street after Donald Trump, not about lowering taxes or property taxes or insurance premiums, not about extending Medicare and Medicaid for our seniors and for our children, not about the fact that...
Somebody that's got his ear.
Say again?
No, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay. Not about the fact that we need to extend Medicare and Medicaid for our seniors. Not about the property taxes that people are struggling to pay. So this is what I'm fighting for. I'm fighting also for better wages for our teacher because I myself am a teacher. I teach ASD students at Discovery Key Elementary in Lake Worth, and I see what happens every single day with our children in the district. I see that they are not being taught the proper things. There are things that are being kept from them. I see that even next year when our kids return to school in August for the 2026-27 school year, a lot of them will not be able to afford to have lunch because lunch is now going up to $9 per person, and these parents can't afford. Some of these parents have 4 and 5 kids, and they cannot afford to send money to with their kids to school to provide lunch. So a lot of our students would go hungry next year. And
30 seconds.
30 seconds. These are the things that I'm fighting for, to bring things down, so that the normal working class people can afford to live. Our teachers can afford to live in the district that they also teach in as well. My website is bobbywilliamsforflorida.com, and I do hope to speak with you after this event.
Thank you. You have 3 minutes, ma'am.
Thank you. Good morning, Century Village. My name is Erica Whitfield. I am running for County Commission District 2. That is the seat currently occupied by Greg Weiss. He is termed out and going on to new things, and so I'm excited to have that opportunity to run for County Commission. I currently serve on your school board here in Palm Beach County. I have for the last almost 12 years now. I'm very excited to have this new opportunity. My focus in this community is going to be about customer service, which I know is something that Greg has done a very good job with, and I hope to continue. I also am looking forward to working on affordability, transportation issues. I think that it's very important to have a strong hospital system. That's something else that I'm working towards, and I'm focused on our parks and recreation. I'm standing at the back just handing out little flyers. If anybody has any questions or concerns for me, I appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you at your upcoming meetings. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay, did we miss anybody? Happy Mother's Day to all the lovely mothers out there. And I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Motion made.
Motion in it. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everybody. Drive safe.
This was a longer meeting than I expected.